Hey, thank you so much for coming on to this webinar. This is the Construction Owners Playbook. My name's Les O'Hara. I'm from the Facebook group, the Contractor Huddle. I'm a contractor like you guys and gals. And this is 4 specific plays for building the contracting company of your dreams. Who is this for? Real simply, if you're the owner, obviously this is for you, but also if you're one of the managers, one of the major stakeholders in the business, sales manager, could even be a production manager. If you have a leadership role, if you're a future generation to take over the business, this is for you. In less than 30 minutes, my goal is to have you walk away with some serious knowledge that you can impact your business immediately. 1, you're going to come out of here knowing a business and life trick play that will give you such peace of mind that when your life is over, when your business is over, you'll have peace of mind knowing that you did something great for your family and your legacy. I want you to come out of here knowing that there is a critical difference between being a business owner and being self-employed. Key factor there. Looking forward to having you learn that. I want you to get crystal clear on your passion, but it's very critical that you can get paid for your passion and that you can become the best in your market at that. And then lastly, that secret behind world-class athletes that you can apply immediately to your business that can put your business on a whole different trajectory. My promise to you is that you will come out of this session with a game plan that can immediately make an impact on you and your family and your business, and that this will be worth the time to invest. Put your wallets away. There's nothing for sale on this webinar. I do have a very cool gift for you, though, if you can make it to the end. One of the things in my contracting businesses that I have struggled for over 20 years was managing my cash, knowing when I had money in the bank, when it was going to run out, when I had payroll to cover. So you guys know that have been to the Facebook group, I am fanatic about cash flow management. It has taken me years and years, and consultants, CPAs, I would gather thousands of dollars to put together a simple spreadsheet that I would personally use every week, every Monday. It's my own spreadsheet that gives me peace of mind knowing where my cash is. That is going to be your gift if you can make it to the end. Hey, on that same topic, the proof is in the pudding. Luke in Georgia, new owners of a roofing business. The business already had sales to it. It did a couple of $1 million. But the more projects that they sold, and Luke was great at developing relationships with Walmart and general contractors, things just got way out of control. Vendors were short on payments. Payroll came up too often, too quick. After implementing the cash flow system and me mentoring him on how to use it, now he sees shortfalls well in advance, and he's also building a history so that you can compare prior months over existing months. All right, does this sound like you? I love this image of this room because us as contractors, this is money, right? You walk in, the ceiling's leaking, you know there's a roof issue, you have holes in the floor, the paint needs updating, there's cracks. This is my mental imagery for you of your business. Does this look like your business where it's just not the perfect room, everything set up? Do you have cash downpours that just come in, the jobs are coming in hot and heavy, deposits, people are paying you, but then 2-3 months later, you don't have any cash and you're wondering where that money is? Every month is a reset. So we don't have a steady stream of leads, steady stream of income. Every month we got to do it all over again. Are you afraid to raise prices because you're selling a commodity type of product or service and there's so many lowballers out there that you feel like you can't compete with them? Does it feel like, hey, these other contractors look like they got their you know what together? They have it figured out. What's the missing link here? Why don't I feel 100% confident that I have it figured out? You feel like you're working way too hard in your business. You get home, you're stressed, your family's taking a little bit of a beating, and it's just not working as smooth as you think it should be. Is technology like learning a foreign language? PPC, SEO, WordPress sites, Facebook pixels? Is it just feel like there's just too much to dig into and it's too much to master some of these simple techniques? Bottom line, do you feel frustrated and alone in this process of building your company? So many items to cover, so many initiatives, so many ideas. Is it just frustrating for you that it's just not being as easy as you thought it was going to be? Well, guess what? Here's the real problem. This picture will give you a common theme in this. I'm a football guy, so I'm going to try to coach you guys through this as a football coach might do it. Here's the real problem. You haven't learned the plays, as I like to call them. I've been taught sometimes they're shifts, sometimes they're mindsets. I'm calling them the plays. Here's the thing you need to know. These plays are simple, but they're not easy. And that's usually like most things in life. But once you can master these plays, you can get back on top of building this business of your dreams, the one that you, when you originally set out for, thought it was going to take care of everything. I'm going to coach you through exactly how to run those plays in your business and life today, that when you walk out of here, these 4 plays are ready to be implemented in your game plan. Once you master these plays, you will have a construction business that can make an impact on you and your family. You'll feel like you're making progress because systems, cash flow, lead flow, all of those good things will feel like the momentum starting to go in your favor. You'll have the ability to pick and choose your customers and your vendors and your employees because of the systems that you have built that will start attracting those type of quality people in your life. You'll have more financial security using the systems and techniques that I'm going to teach you, and there will be no blind spots, no secrets that you get hit over the shoulder, hit over the head with at the last minute. You will have built a foundation to build a company that can do big things, that can take care of you and your family and generations down the line. And you will know that money that is invested in the business now are going to get a proper return on that investment. It won't be guessing work. Did this investment in Facebook pay off? Did this truck purchase pay off? You will know now if your money is being spent wisely. Well, why should you listen to me? Who am I? What can I bring to the table? Great questions. I can relate with almost every one of you contractors out there. Why? Well, I have inherited a family roofing business, residential and commercial, multi-generational, took over as the president. So I know all of the factors that go into running a contracting business with family. I have also started many companies from scratch. Currently, I own a insulation business that has multiple partners, so I know what that's like to have partners in the business. I have bought out a competitor. I have also started a marketing group for contractors and have just brainstormed and networked with many other contracting business owners. I've also bought a national franchise air duct cleaning business that I started from scratch. And I know the pitfalls, the ups and downs of being in franchises. So, needless to say, I'm your guy that has had experience in many trades, all of these in these commodity type businesses, and have thrived in growing them. I now also coach other construction business owners because, frankly, one, that's what I'm great at, and two, that's what I really have passion for. I'm a dad of 4 boys, so proud of these guys, and very blessed to have my beautiful wife, Julie. We are close to being married for 25 years. That was our a honeymoon that got delayed 15 years. We were in Hawaii. That was about 10 years ago. We're going next year for our 25th. I'm an avid football coach, love coaching, love mentoring, and you'll see that that comes through in the teachings. How did I discover these 4 plays? That is a great question. I did it with so much blood, sweat, and tears that really, if you can learn these plays, you are going to avoid such heartache, such pissing away of precious dollars. I should have been a multi millionaire had I known these plays 20 years ago, but I didn't. And so I'm hoping that I could at least affect one of you guys. So from failed sales initiatives to paying thousands of dollars on consultants and coaches and insurance claims and employee severances and former employees suing me and lawsuits and you name it, I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars learning these lessons, and they are going to really make an impact on you. 20 years of rear view experience. It wasn't until I locked down a mentor and also a mastermind group. And if you don't know what that is, just Google that. But a bunch of other great business owners that we would get together and help each other. And just these hard knocks that I talked about, these pieces have formed together in me. Wow, that's, you know that I'm live in my business right there when you hear that. But I have built this curriculum that I am able to use to make an internal impact. If I just make one impact on one of you contractors, I know that this was worth it. Okay, here's the first play. Operate with total integrity. A lot boils down to the strategy of preeminence, and I encourage you to look that up, but this has made a major impact on how I've grown all of my businesses. The first kind of aspect of the strategy of preeminence is, how do I become the best in my area of mastery? And making sure that everything in my business reflects that. A lot will go into that. I'm not going to go into depth there, but you as the carpenter, you as the flooring contractor, you as the painting contractor, you sincerely have to become the best in that. And then everything in your business has to start reflecting that. But the second part of the strategy of preeminence is that you are never going to let a client, a customer, do anything that isn't in their best interest. That is so hard in this day and age of being in contracting because of the so many gray areas. It's not black and white in contracting. But if you can have this single filter of saying, this person that I am dealing with, I am never going to let them get this product installed, this specification done, if it is not in their best interest. I teach this a lot. I don't care how slick I can make your marketing, how I can make it effective. There's no escaping cause and effect that if you are not doing the utmost to protect those clients and doing great work, nothing's going to help you in building a long-term business that serves you, that could potentially be sold, and that will be a blessing to your family. It's this trusted advisor strategy. So when you, in a commodity field like we are all in, if you cannot become that trusted advisor that they go to, what else is going to differentiate you? You're going to say, my design, my quality, my price, that is the common denominators. But once you become the trusted advisor, you now supersede all of those objections to landing these customers that are going to not only refer you to their friends and families, but that are going to pay higher prices and that are going to be much easier to deal with because they know you're the trusted advisor. Okay, on to the second page. Self-employed versus a business owner. You work for a jerk. And I say that with an exclamation point, because you know, how long would you work for someone that makes you work way over 40 hours, doesn't give you any overtime pay, and puts enormous responsibility on your head, that you are the guy that has to make sure that everything gets taken care of perfectly, on time, on budget. This jerk of an employee makes sure his employees, his other employees, get their paycheck. You're the last one in line. So if there's not enough money to make payroll, you don't get the check. And all of the risk of the business is on you, even though you are not getting all of the benefits of being a business owner. You would agree that would be a jerk. And we all know that. I say this funny, but we're that jerk. We work for ourselves. So great book. I encourage you to read it. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's one of my favorite books, but it's by Richard Kawasaki. He talks about the four quadrants, and this is where a lot of us contractors could get stuck. If you're looking at this four quadrants, vertically and horizontally, right now we're going to look left of the vertical axis and top left to be specific. That's your employee. That's someone that goes out, they work for someone, they trade hours for dollars, and they work for someone else, but they get to go home and relax, and the stresses of running the day-to-day business aren't on them. Once you grow up and you say, hey, I could be my own boss, I could do this better than, the guy that hired me to do my trade in the past. Well, now we start our own business and we become self-employed. But the situation here is that basically you are trading hours for dollars as well here. Yes, you have some potential more upside, but all of the pressures, all of the business, all of the risk is now on your head, and you're working in the business. As you transition to the right side of the vertical axis, we are striving to turn you into a business owner. And when you're a business owner, that business is going to run and produce returns and blessings and assets for you when you don't have to trade significant hours. Yes, you might be putting some hours in there, but the business is going to run by itself. And once you do that successfully, that turns you into an investor, because now you're investing in other businesses and putting those same kind of processes, systems into play, and let other people work for you and let your investments make your income, not your hours that you're working in your business. So to maybe tell you more of a story where this would resonate with you, my cousin is a GM at a very famous dealership here in the area. And I was in to see him a few weeks ago, and I just said, how's everything going? What's doing? And he's like, yeah, it's great. He makes a good living, but he has the stresses of the service department, the accounting, the sales guys, the overall management of the whole place is on his head. And no, he's not passionate, but he's real good at what he does. But again, he has to be there every day, making sure that the place is run well and making a return on the investment. But he tells me the owner comes in and stress-free. He maybe comes in once a week, once every couple of weeks, checks on things, probably coming in to pick up his check. But the owner gets a significant check from the business, probably more or equal to what the GM is earning, and he is not doing anything on the day-to-day, and he is having no stress and has other investments, and he's living his life. That's what I want to teach you guys, is that when you're in this business, even if it might be a pipe dream to you, that you begin to have the mindset that you're building a business that can work for you instead of you working for it. All right, let's do a quick recap. So at this point, you have to be operating from this action, this mindset of total integrity. You're the trusted advisor for your customers, and you're going to start breaking the chains of being self-employed versus being a business owner. Now, 2 secret weapons to help you scale your business without losing your mind. What are you the best in the world at? Or better yet, what can you be the best at the world at? Now, don't be intimidated by what are you the best in the world at. Reframe it this way. What are you the best in your market at? A jack of all trades is really a jackass. I like this line. The minute in my business where I decided that, let's just pick the roofing business, for instance, I was going to get into coatings. Then I was going to get into metal roofing. Then I got into doing all the sheet metal fabrication in our own location. I can give you about 4 or 5 more items. But every time I decided to get outside of one area that I could become the best in the world at, I totally blew it. I took my mind off of what I could become great at, and I became a jack of all trades that wasn't great at anything. This book, Good to Great, is a must read for you contractors. James Collins is the author. Here's a quick quote. Good is the enemy of the great. And that's one of the key reasons why we have so little that becomes great. We don't have great schools principally because we have good schools. We don't have great government principally because we have good government. Few people attain great lives in large part because it's just so easy to settle for a good life. And guys, girls, it's just so easy to settle for a good company and not a great company. How do you become a great company? Well, here's one of my life charts. You need to find the intersection of 3 main circles in your business life. Let's look at the top circle. What do you do well? Let's say you're a carpenter and you do decks excellent, but you don't do framing. Let's interior framing good, or crown molding, whatever you want to add into that X. If you're just great at doing decks, and that is what you think you can become best in the market in, that is what you're going to focus in. We go to the bottom left circle, it's what you want to do. Well, guess what? If you don't like building decks, you actually like doing interior crown molding, well, we have a problem here. So we need to find out what you want to do. What part of the business excites you? What part of the business do you love to learn about, stay informed about? That is what you want to do. And then when you combine it with the right circle, what can you be paid to do? So in a similar situation, let's call it a flooring installer. He loves, and he could do great epoxy flooring for garages and basements, but he's in a market where no one buys that because there's no garages or basements. Well, he can't get paid to do that. So he has to stick with the conventional type of flooring that he can. But once you can maximize what you do well, what you want to do, what can you get paid at, that's why the middle says, hooray. You have truly reached the point of intersection where you will have everything humming and everything will start coming in line for your business and the growth aspects of it. The world starts beating down your doors once you develop that mindset of best in market. Your whole business will begin to shift to greatness. You'll start attracting the best employees because they want to work for you because you got your act together. Everyone knows you're the best company to work for. The clients get attracted to you, the best vendors, the best vendor terms, and partners, ability to get partners because you just have such a kick-ass business. Best in class companies survive the test of times. When you read that book, you'll realize this play is key to installing your business. Last play, invest in coaching. I'm going to shock you a little bit here because I'm a football guy, but there is a soccer coach in Germany. I don't know the name. I can't pronounce it. I think it's Munich, that makes $26 million a year as a coach for a soccer team. And guess what? He deserves every penny. Yes, he does. Why? Because he has built a team that is an incredible winning organization that gets the most out of his players. And for that, He is worth every penny. Everyone should have a coach. Being coached brings two major impacts to your life. One, new ideas, two-way street that you get to bounce off someone that has a vested interest in you, but also new ideas get installed into your brain so that you can start reflecting and implementing in your business. But more importantly, you can have great ideas, but it comes down to implementation. And that's where coaches and consultants in the past have failed me, is that if you could take great ideas, if you could take that focus, but you can't be held accountable and get it installed in your business, then you're at a standstill. That's what coaches can bring to you. New ideas and accountability. So we just talked about that. There's new ideas in your head right now. You might be thinking, do I implement it? Do I not? Will this make sense? Will this be a good investment? Those are the things that you want to get out on table and have a sounding board for. A good a great coach will give you great ideas and make sure you act on them. That's what I pride myself on. I'm an idea guy. I can help you get your ideas fleshed out and get them implemented. That's the kind of coach that you need in your life if you're a business guy that's feeling alone and frustrated in the building of your business. A great coach will also put together a powerful group of people to surround you. It could be other trades. It could be vendors in your life for graphic design. It could be Facebook expert. It could be cloud-based IT work. Whatever that is, a great coach has to be able to surround you with a powerful network. Once you find a great coach, I believe your life becomes more exciting because you feel like you're making progress. Things are getting positive. You have someone that's holding you accountable. And for those of you out there that have had a great coach in your life, I don't need to explain that feeling to you. It's incredible. Now, those of us that have had bad coaches, we know how miserable that is. But the beauty of having coaches in your business life as a contractor now is that you can fire them at any time. It's not like sports where you were stuck with the gym teacher that was terrible coaching you in wrestling. Proof is in the pudding. My man Eduardo, brand new owner of a general contracting business. And like most tradespeople that decide, hey, I'm going to go into business by myself, they usually bring in one or two great assets to the business. One, they're great at what they do, the installing part. They also know the technical side of the business. So they think, hey, I could do this. I'm working for a Yahoo. But then they get into the business and the day-to-day, and there's so many other areas that you have to be great at. And you know it from lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment, money management, hiring, firing, the list goes on. After him and I been coaching and mentoring for many, many years, he's truly built an empire, 3 companies spanning 4 states. Just an incredible story. And he will tell you it comes down to mentoring and coaching and making sure that his blind spots are pointed out. Guys, thanks so much. Here's what I promised you today. I was going to give you the life and business integrity trick play. So at the end of life and at the end of business, you know that you can rest easy knowing that you had true integrity. You were the trusted advisor for your family, your friends, your business. I wanted you to walk out of here knowing that there's a critical difference between being self-employed and being a business owner. I wanted you to get crystal clear on what are you best in your market and that opportunity and how that could totally influence the future trajectory of your business. And then you probably knew it, but I wanted to reinforce it. There's a secret behind all world-class athletes, the Tiger Woods of the world, the Michael Jordans, Steph Currys, their coach. So I gave you what you need to win, in my opinion. 1, you're going to have total integrity. 2, you're going to stop being self-employed and you're going to start building your business. 3, you're going to figure out what am I going to focus 100% on becoming the best in the world. 4, I'm going to invest in mentoring. And then I'm going to implement this cash flow forecasting system that I'm going to give you for free. And that's going to give you peace of mind running the financial side of your business. These 4 plays, trust me, if they're mastered, are enough to propel your business to a championship caliber level. And I hope that you walk away with this webinar with those 4 tools. But here's where my football coaching mindset comes into you. And I've been right where you guys are. Here's your choice. You could say, wow, this is great stuff. I am going to get after this at some point in my life. Right now, I'm just got too much going on. We got a lot of work. The season's underway. Insert any excuse you want here. I promise you this. That is the equivalent of saying you're punting on 4th and 1. I'm going to even say 4th and inches, because this is so crucial for you right now to go for it. Because if you decide to punt, I promise you 1 month, 3 months, let's say a year from now, 2 years, when you decide, hey, I'm going to get serious about getting my business in gear and getting this to be a blow away business, you are going to be on the same field position that you are right now. Very, very little is going to improve. So your choice right now, punt, go for it, 4th and inches. How can I help? Real simple. I have set aside a few blocks of time, very few, in the next week to speak to you personally about how you can apply some of my ideas, some of your ideas into your business immediately. It's free. Why do I do that? Number one, I get jazzed up just talking to other contractors and helping them. I know in a 45-minute call, I'm going to give you clarity, but I'm also going to enjoy talking with you and helping a fellow contractor out in their business and putting you on a different trajectory. Who is this special time on the phone for? Well, a couple of things. One, if you are committed to building your business, you want to grow, but you want to do it in the right way, with total integrity, with that trusted advisor mentality, that's one of the entries for admission. But you have to do great work, and you have to have a real desire to grow, because that's one thing I can promise you, is that I could really help you grow. But if you don't do great work, it's all going to not matter in the end. But here's a big caveat. Here's the one cost I would say. If you think you know it all already, or you've done everything possible to build the business of your dreams, this for sure is not for you. I don't work with people that think they know it all. Why are we doing this? As I mentioned before, because I enjoy helping people, but more importantly, contractors where I have been. On this call, we're going to get total clarity about exactly where you want the business to go and to look like. Not what I think it should be, but you get clarity on what you want your business to look like and the direction it wants to go. And then we brainstorm on some exact steps you should take to achieve those goals. If you want us to help you, and there will be a small number of you that raise their hands and say, hey, I need someone to actually help me get this going in my businesses, and we think it's a good fit, we might invite you to become one of the select contractors we'll take on this year. Gang, I'm being truly sincere when I say there's only a select number of slots available, because one, I still have my own masonry company that I run. 2, I'm a family man. 3, I have all kids in athletics. I am not looking to mass help the market. I'm looking for those few guys, girls that say, hey, I'm looking for someone just like you that can help transform my business. If that's you, I encourage you, apply at the website above, thecontractorhuddle.com/apply. Sign up now. It's first come, first serve. I'm going to look forward to just getting on the phone with you, sharing some ideas, bantering about this crazy business that we decided to join, contracting. And regardless if you do get on a call with me or not, see you over at thecontractorhuddle.com and in our Facebook group. Look forward to helping you in any way I can. Godspeed to you. Thanks for attending this webinar.